Seriously guys, I have never done a dyno in my entire life. Even though I've been climbing for 2 years. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my goodness.
Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a special guest.
Hello!
Sophia Chalks. Today,
What are we doing?
what are we doing, Sophia?
I don't know. I don't want.
You don't know, you don't know? Today,
Let's do some vertical crimps.
no, we're gonna do some dynamic moves. Because we gotta work on those. Today we're gonna teach Sophia how to dyno.
Seriously guys, I have never done a dyno in my entire life.
What is a dyno? A dyno is a dynamic move which you release both hands and both feet as you catch your next hold.
Yeah, you've been climbing for 2 years. She's been climbing for 2 years. And typically, Sophia avoids dynos.
Run.
She runs. She literally runs from dynos.
Yeah. If I can't reach it, I'm not doing it.
So not this time now. We're gonna help her because it is very important to be a dynamic climber as well. You know, it's not just about being a static climber, but dynamic climber as well. Because it helps you in so many ways. It's not just a fancy move, it's actually a very helpful technique. And yeah, so we're gonna show you guys the process and Sophia potentially sending her first dyno.
Wish me luck, you guys. I need a lot of it.
So this is what we're doing. We're doing this in different steps.
In 3 simple steps. The first step is just to focus on pulling in as close as you can to the wall. The second step is pressing off of your feet, getting used to that feeling of really pressing off of your feet. Number 3, to commit, to put these 2 together and commit. Now, a dyno is a lot more complicated than 3 simple steps, but my goal is not to explain to her all the details and overwhelm her with details, and I don't want to intimidate her as well. So my goal is to break it down with 3 simple steps and go from there.
Of your hands.
Yeah, and letting go of your hands. So first it's on the ground. So pressing down on your feet because it's all on your legs. It's all on your legs. Because you want to get that reach as much as possible and you want to fully extend. And that's what we're going for. The last step is me helping Sophia with a little bit of a boost. Just so she can familiarize herself and get a feel of how it feels. Are you ready for those steps?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds simple enough.
Sounds simple enough?
Yeah.
It's pretty simple, but when you put it together, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Simple, not
Okay.
easy.
Okay, as we mentioned, step number 1 is to pull in as much as possible on the starting hold. The goal is this. The goal is for her to put as much weight as she can on top of this foothold. Now notice, and from this angle, you can see she's putting all of her weight on top of both footholds. That's her goal. Same here. Now notice what she's doing that's very important as well, is she keeps her eyes on her target. Now as she's doing this, one of the things that she wants to avoid is readjusting her feet or feel uncomfortable as she's pulling in. All right, step number 2 is just fully focus on her feet. All I want her to do at this point is just explode with her feet, press down as much as she can. And there's a couple of things going on here. I want her to try to jump, so really jump as she's pressing. And another thing is her goal is to be fully extended. That's really going to help her know if she's really using her full power or not. Because if you're not fully extended, that means you still have some power left for you to use. Now, step number 3. This is where she uses step 1 and 2 together and she commits. This is where she's going to start to fall a lot because she's going to start realizing that it takes coordination and then this is when we start working on any details that's necessary. But when it comes to a dyno, typically where people fall off is the commitment part. It is very, very difficult to commit because it's scary and there's a lot going on. One thing that I didn't mention is coordination and momentum. And this is something that we work on as she's making these attempts.
How do you feel so far? You've
Yeah.
done a couple of attempts. How do you feel so far?
Yeah, so it's hard, you guys. Just like anything, the first time is always a lot more awkward. And for me personally, like I just never do these kind of movements. I'm always just locking in and then reaching out, locking in and reaching out. I never do, you know, like any kind of like letting go of both hands or like pushing with my legs or anything like that. I've always thought of like dynamic or dynos or dynamic moves or dynos to be like very upper body intensive, and I'm not very strong with upper body. I do use my legs, but with this one, the foot in the starting hold is kind of close, so I can't really like use it until I get all the way on top of it, which requires me to pull all the way in. But yeah, it's really tiring.
Yeah, it's really tiring.
It's really tiring. I can already, like from all the pulling, like I'm getting kind of tired already.
Yeah.
And I really hope I send this before I get too tired for the day.
If not, we'll come back. We'll come back.
No, I don't want to come back just for this. Dang it. Yeah, and then for me right now, I think it's the hardest part is actually trusting the pushing motion, like I said.
Yeah,
so
pressing down with your feet.
pressing down my feet, because again, I just don't want to be close to the wall. Like I'm scared of hitting something, even though, you know, I'm not even that close.
Yeah.
But it's just like your brain is like, no, don't go to the wall. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know. But I think once I actually press off my feet, you know, we kind of looked at it. Like I can technically dead point this thing.
Yeah.
Like I'm tall enough to do it, but it's so hard for me to go all the way in and then push just to reach it.
You're learning so much, Sophia.
Oh, yeah.
So much.
Yeah, seriously. So it actually, I mean, it's funny because dynos look like it's so simple and so easy. It's really not. There's like a lot of steps to it, especially for somebody like me who don't naturally climb like that, and I have to like think about it actively. Some people do it naturally and they're like, hey, it's easy. But I think for me, like I said, I've never done this before, and having to actually doing it step by step, it's actually really complicated.
Yeah, because it's a coordinated move.
Yeah.
Like it's coordination. There's a lot of things involved and quick too. It's not like you're just locking off and reaching for a hold. There's a lot of steps to it.
Right.
So this is why we're taking steps.
Yeah.
Having her be comfortable with one step and then the next one and then connect them slowly. And then for her to fall a lot, because it takes a lot of falls to get used to. You have to accept the fact that you're gonna fall, you know, because that's how you learn, you know. And that's the hard part, because it can get frustrating, because it's like, why does it look so easy, other people doing it, and it's not easy for me. It's easy for them because they do it a lot. Tell the camera your first dyno.
That's my first dyno ever.
All right, Sophia.
I'm tired. Oh my goodness.
First of all, congratulations.
Thank you. Yay.
After this session, Sophia started doing more dynos. She started feeling more comfortable doing more complicated ones, but she would always go to her fundamentals. Once you learn something new, you have to try to implement it as much as you can and challenge yourself. Don't forget, failure is part of the process. If you fall a lot, that's okay. Learn from it, and eventually you'll get it.
and everything just kind of came in all together. But the thing is, I don't think there was a huge difference outside of the fact that I just practiced and practiced and practiced, because as you guys can see, I fell a lot.
Maybe we'll take this outdoors. Let us know in the comments below if you want to see Sophia dyno outdoors.
Don't do it. I'll delete your comments. I will down like your comments. I'm just kidding.
Oh my goodness. Love you guys so much for watching. Thank you, Sophia, for being here.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for being such a good coach.
Oh,
as always.
I got you, boo. I got you, boo. Love you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you
Next time.
next time. Bye.
Bye.